Hello and welcome to On Spec, the podcast that does slow journalism, the kind that takes time, telling stories that make you think, feel, and act to do good beyond your own borders. My name is Nafisa Haji, and I'm your guest host for this season, Lethal Dissent, Iran's Hunt for Its Citizens Abroad. In our last episode, Losing Touch, we heard about Mohammad Shabani's escape from Iran, from his home in Shiraz, where one of Iran's most celebrated poets, Hafez, lived and breathed meaning into words. His marble tomb set in beautiful gardens, still a popular destination for poetry lovers like Shabani himself. We learned about the psychological toll that exile took on Shabani, about how difficult it was for him to adjust to life in a place where language itself was a barrier, where his words fell on ears deaf to his language. Join me as we tune in to Fariba Nawa as she visits the scene of Shabani's death in Ep04 of this series, The Fall.
This episode covers details of Mohammad Shabani's death. It discusses possible circumstances of murder and suicide. We've limited the details to those that are newsworthy and important to the investigation. Please take care listening. Last week,
they say Mohammed is dead.
The Iranian dissident, Mohammad Shabani, fell from the 4th floor of his apartment building. One of Mohammed's confidants told me his final months were a struggle.
He was taking these pills to get a few hours of sleep.
I heard about messages from the Iranian government, threats that suggested a murderous kind of intimacy.
You are very close to us, we are very close to you, and we can do whatever we wish to you.
I needed to know the facts of Mohammed's death. So now I was headed to the city where he died. This is Lethal Dissent. I found out way more than I expected.
Böyle açılmış burası beli falan. Terlikli ayağında.
First-hand witnesses. Most of the blood was in the bathroom. And most of the evidence I see points in one direction. Episode 4, The Fall. It's a cool November night in 2019, and there are bullet casings on this rain-slicked street in Istanbul. They've been marked with cones. Police, detectives, and paramedics swarm the street. Earlier this evening, a man was shot. Masoud Molavi Vardanjani was a former Iranian intelligence officer who fled Iran and lived here, in Turkey. He said he had secrets to expose about the corruption of the Iranian government. Now he was dead. A CCTV camera caught it all. Vardanjani had been walking. You can see the glow of his smartphone in his hand. The assassin sprints up to him, dressed like anyone else, in a long-sleeved shirt and pants. There are flashes from the muzzle of his pistol. The shots are point blank. He runs past Vardanjani, still unloading his clip on him. He turns his body so he's almost backpedaling to keep his pistol trained on Vardanjani. He squeezes off his final rounds. Vardanjani's phone skitters across the street. And the killer is gone.
Western and Turkish officials have told Reuters that they believe that order for Vardanjani's assassination came from that building right behind me, the Iranian Consulate General here in Istanbul. Now, it is believed
an Iranian diplomat who worked at the embassy in Istanbul was eventually arrested for plotting to kill Vardanjani. But he was allowed to return to Iran. So when he was finally charged for murder, it was in absentia. Still, this is rare. By that, I mean it's rare to know who is behind an assassination like this. With a lot of these murders, there's no conclusive evidence, only speculation that they were state-sponsored. And so it makes sense why people thought the poet Mohammad Shabani might have been assassinated. You hear of an Iranian dissident falling to their death from their apartment balcony, you don't think, that must have been an accident. You think, this fits a trend. When Mohammad Shabani died, I wanted to do more than speculate. So I dove in to try to figure out exactly what happened to him on October 8th, 2022. I jump on a crowded passenger bus with my colleague, journalist Beril Eski. She speaks Turkish and has been reporting this story with me. Mohammad used to live in Balıkesir, a city on the coast. It's a well-known vacation spot.
So, Ida Mountains are bordering Balıkesir. There's a well-known nature here. People have summer houses here. But I don't know what the city offered to an asylum seeker. Turkey is relatively pretty safe for people.
At least for most people. For Iranian dissidents, that's a lot less certain.
Let me hold your bag.
Okay, let's go. Once we arrive in Balıkesir, our first stop is Mohammad's apartment. We know where it is because his friend texted us the address. It's in a residential part of town. There's people hanging out outside, construction workers. Big fat white cat. Mohammad lived in a white 4-story apartment complex with satellite dishes jutting out from most of the terraces. Okay, we're gonna try to talk to these people here and see what they know. We have no idea whether anyone will know anything beyond hearsay. We're about to be blown away. Across the street from Mohammad's building, an older woman peeks her head out of a ground floor window. She says she was Mohammad's neighbor. We talked to her through her window, her cat standing on the window ledge. She says she saw Mohammad right after he fell. We asked her to come outside to talk with us. Her name is Gulbiyaz Kırpat. She's 75 years old.
Sesini duyduktan sonra hemen öyle geldim. Kur'an'ımı hadi bitirivereyim de öyle dedim. Çünkü saksılar zannettim.
She tells us it was about 7 in the morning and she was reading the Quran when she heard what sounded like a cat knocking over a vase. She went to the window and saw Mohammad lying on the pavement. He was wrapped in a blanket, but part of the blanket was folded back and she could see his body.
Böyle açılmış burası beli falan. Terlikli ayağında.
His slippers were still on his feet, she says. He was conscious and started dragging himself along the pavement. Gulbiyaz says she thought he had fainted.
Böyle yüzü bu tarafta, arkası bu tarafta.
Gulbiyaz leads us to the middle of the street. She points. That's where Mohammad was lying, she says. There were several onlookers watching him struggle. They flagged down a passing police car, and her son called the ambulance, Gulbiyaz says. It was only after the ambulance took Mohammad away that she realized the sound she heard while reading the Quran was actually a 6-foot man falling 4 stories.
Ben başka fazla bir şey görmedim. Sadece düşeni gördüm. Oğluma haber verdim. Oğlum da ambulans çağırdı. Benim bildiğim bu kadar.
She says that's when she got scared. She didn't know if he jumped or was pushed, but either way, it was also violent. As we're talking with Gulbiyaz, a man walks up to us. He's balding, lanky, wearing blue jeans.
Bir arkadaşı intihar etmiş ya, onun intiharıyla ilgili haber yapıyoruz da. Evet.
Beril asks him if he's the landlord, and he says yes.
Siz Ali Bey misiniz? Merhaba, çok geçmiş olsun.
What's his full name?
Sizin tam adınız neydi?
Ali Kemal Akbulut.
His name is Ali Kemal Akbulut. We follow him to his office, which is across the street from Mohammad's apartment. Turns out he loves a good murder mystery.
Polisiye suç bilmem ne şeyleri izlemeyi de sever misiniz normalde?
Benim hayatım öyle desen yeri var.
Öyle mi? Oh, he's very into that. He says it's my life.
He says he's watched all 5 seasons of the crime series Person of Interest multiple times. And so when a man plunged to his death from his building, Ali Kemal finally got his chance to play the detective.
Falan izlemeyi çok severim. Mesela Person of Interest'i belki...
But he says the police treated him more like he was a suspect. They questioned him, asked him if he didn't like refugees, if he wanted to evict Mohammed.
Hiçbir şey yok. Bakın ben o kadar çok ben de altında kaldım ki. zan altında kaldım ki.
He felt scared and he felt like under suspicion as well. So he spent like 5 hours here going through the camera footage, 5 hours backwards to see if anyone entered the building.
He went through the footage from the CCTV camera on the street.
Normal standart gelip gidenler. Başka hiç kimse yok.
Nothing, just people passing by.
Ali Kamal also had an alibi. He says he was home with his wife, in bed asleep. Ali Kamal lives about a half a mile away from here. Eventually, the police stopped grilling him. In the year and a half that Mohammed was a tenant, Ali Kamal says he hardly interacted with him. Sometimes he'd offer Mohammed tea in his office, but they didn't speak the same language, so they couldn't talk. He says Mohammed didn't go out much, except to buy cigarettes at the corner store. Sometimes, he says, he smelled Iranian spices coming from Mohammed's apartment. That's all he knew of his life. He says he didn't know Mohammed was being threatened. He asks us if we want to see Mohammed's apartment.
Artık bu kapıyı da kilitliyorsunuz. Hayır, demiyorsunuz.
We follow Ali Kamal out of his office and across the street. We walk into the apartment building. Ali Kamal says it's always unlocked. There's no elevator. So we climb a narrow, windy stairway. Mohammed's apartment was on the top floor. The ambulance was already driving off with Mohammed by the time Ali Kamal arrived. The police asked him to show them Mohammed's apartment, just like he's doing for us now.
Can he give us kind of a tour of what he saw and where he saw it?
Siz bize eve ilk girdiğinizde ne gördünüz, nerede
The
ne
few
gördünüz?
times that Ali Kamal had visited Mohammed to talk about rent and bills, he noticed that Mohammed kept his home tidy. But when Ali Kamal came in with the police, he saw things had changed.
Çok dağınıktı. Yani
He wasn't the same person anymore. The house was so messy, extremely messy. Even
And
the
before
bedroom.
that, he was very organized.
Yeah,
he says.
super organized, he says.
It's not messy in here anymore. All of Mohammed's stuff has been cleared away and new tenants have moved in. It's a 2-bedroom apartment with a bathroom, a nice-sized kitchen, and a large terrace. Ali Kamal says when he walked in with the police, they noticed the blood.
şuralarda kanlar vardı. Mutfağın buralarında kanlar vardı. Mutfağın girişinde.
Blood droplets on the floor in the entrance, and there was droplets on top of this.
Yes, he points to the sink in the kitchen. We're in the kitchen.
He thinks he went back and forth between the bathroom and here.
Ama çoğunluğu şeydeydi. Banyodaydı. Ve
Most of the blood was in the bathroom.
So before Mohammed fell from his balcony, he was injured somehow. Ali Kamal says he saw razors on the bathroom floor. There was also a sign on the kitchen door.
biz eve polislerle beraber girdik. İlk buraya girdim. Gaz yazısını görünce polis beyler kimse
So it said gas here. They could already smell it when they were entering the building. The police said nobody touch anything. There's a gas leak. So he went out and turned off the gas.
Hemen gaz çektim ben. Gazı kapattım. Orada vana var.
Okay.
When Ali Kamal returned to Mohammed's apartment and tried to open the kitchen window, it was taped shut.
Bak şu köşeler dahil olmak üzere.
He taped all the corners everywhere so that the gas would stay inside and poison him. So it was all taped so that no air would come inside.
I step away to look around the apartment on my own.
So it's just a bit eerie to be in a place where there was so much bloodshed, literally. There's a long corridor, and along the corridor you see the bedroom and then the living room, and the last stop is the kitchen and the big terrace. But then there's this door, and I wonder what this leads to. He told us there's no second entrance. It's like another terrace. toward the back, facing the back street. I wonder if anybody could have climbed up this place.
The CCTV footage that Ali Kamal reviewed showed the entrance of the building, but there's no security camera on the street behind the building. I asked Ali Kamal if someone could get in from the back terrace.
Katil olması lazım. Yani Batman gibi bir şey falansa, örümcek adam, Spider-Man gibi bir şeyse ona bir şey demem. Aksi takdirde hayatta çıkamaz.
He says you'd have to be Batman to climb the back terrace. There's no fire escape. It's the other terrace, the larger one in the front of the building that Mohammed fell from.
Şurada çamaşırlık var. Bak şurada çamaşırlık var. Koltuklar şurada.
The terrace is huge, almost half the size of the apartment. Ali Kamal says Mohammed would hang his laundry out there, but he neglected to cover the furniture when it rained, and he rarely sat out there.
Burada oturuyor. İntihar teşebbüslerini yapıyor. Onları beceremiyor büyük olasılıkla.
Just like the back terrace, there's no clear way to access this terrace from outside, at least not without special equipment. Near the corner of the terrace, we peek over the edge. This could have been the last place Mohammed stood. There's a garden directly below. Then beyond that, the street where Mohammed landed.
Bu direkt 2 adımda hızlı bir şekilde atlıyor aşağıya.
The garden is like 4 meters. So he has to like take first step, second step on here, and then on the third step outside he should have jumped.
Hızlı bir şekilde ileri itiyor kendini.
Fast and like threw himself out because otherwise he would have fallen into the garden because the garden is like 4 meters
İleri
long.
gitmese yolun ortasına düşmez. Yolun tam ortasına düşüyor.
He fell right in the middle of the street.
Ali Kamal says he found the footage of the moment it happened.
We'd like to see the video, right?
Vallahi nasıl diyeyim? Videoyu izleteyim mi? İzleyeceksin mi videoyu?
It's on the phone. Okay, let's see it.
The video is hard to look at. I don't know what to say. I watch it in the most analytical way I can, trying to remain detached. Here's what I see. Mohammed suddenly falls into the frame and hits the street. He has a blanket wrapped around him. His slippers are still on, just like his neighbors said. Ali Kamal replays the video in slow motion. It doesn't show what happened upstairs, on the terrace. Still, Ali Kamal says what happened is clear.
Yani atlayana kadar çok teşebbüste bulunmuş. Öncelikle bileklerini kesmiş. Banyonun içinde kan izleri vardı.
We found droplets of blood in the bathroom, and then he turned on the gas in the kitchen and like isolated every little corner, every hole, so that it would poison him. He failed, and he wrote gas on a paper and put it on the kitchen's door, so that if anyone breaks in, they would know that the gas is open, and then he threw himself. Like he tried different ways to commit suicide.
Gazı kapattık, gazı kestik komple. Ondan sonra polis işte içerilerini araştırmaya başladı. Ama Z ile değil, S ile yazmış.
Why does the family suspect it was a murder? They said that there were wounds on his back. What does he know about that?
Bıçaklanmış bir insanın o şekilde oradan atlaması çok zor. Gerçekten zor.
So there is no way with such a wound a person can jump from the terrace and jump 4 meters away from the building. There is no way a person can do that with such a wound.
İntihara teşebbüs etmiş. Başaramamış galiba. Bak bunu çok net hatırlıyorum.
Says if he had such a wound, there would be blood everywhere.
Ali Kamal says he didn't see a knife with blood in the apartment, only the razors in the bathroom. He also says the police left evidence behind. He says they took Mohammed's phone, but not his internet router. They left his medications and didn't seem interested in his laptop case, which was empty. Where was the computer? But they did take the note.
Tek sayfa olarak masanın üzerindeydi.
Okay.
Bir şeyi vardı.
And there was the note. He saw the note, but the police officers didn't see the note in the beginning.
Sonra pardon. Ajandaya benzer bir şeyi vardı.
Ajanda gibi, okay. It had a date. It's like ajanda neydi ya?
It's an agenda.
Agenda, yes. It was an agenda paper. You could see the date.
Calendar paper.
Torn from an agenda, the page.
It was a suicide note sitting right there on Mohammed's kitchen table.
And if he has the letter, I'd really like to see the letter.
Bir de mektubu da görmek
Ben
istiyorum.
Farsça.
Ali Kamal took a picture of it with his phone.
Police didn't let him turn the letter over and take the photo of the other side.
Why?
Actually, because it's an evidence. It's a crime scene, you know, in the beginning.
İlk sayfayı çekememişim. Ben ikinci sayfayı çekmişim.
Oh, okay. He took the photo of the back side, not the front side. So we know the conclusion.
Ali Kamal shows me the picture on his phone of the back page of the note. It's written in Farsi.
Oh, he has a beautiful handwriting. Yeah, so he's showing us the note in Farsi. It's very small. I can't see it.
Do you need your glasses?
Yeah, definitely. Hang on a second.
The note was written on an Iranian planner from 2018, the year Mohammed fled Iran. "We are not free even after we die," it reads, and it requests that he be cremated. There's no crematorium in Turkey, and in Iran, cremation's forbidden. "Could you please send my body to another country that can accommodate this request?" the note reads. And also, "This is me being naive, and I will not get any results. It's like riding on water." The note is signed Mohammad Shabani, both in Farsi and English.
He doesn't believe it's a murder.
But I'm not convinced yet. We need to see the court and police records. We need to know what was on his phone and where was the laptop. How do we even know the suicide note was really Mohammed's? We don't. The next morning, Beril and I read Mohammed's case file. Afterwards, we debrief at a nearby cafe.
The police took 5 photographs of his body.
And there are other photographs in the file. In one of the bathroom, there are blood droplets scattered on the white floor tiles, like Ali Kamal said. Then there's a picture of the kitchen, the table, the rug, the half-empty soda bottle. There's a close-up of the note left on that table. And then there's a street-level shot of Mohammed's building and what appear to be a few cops milling around. If you look closely, you can see someone has poured something on the spot where Mohammed landed. Sand or maybe shale, presumably to clean it up. But there's still a long river of blood coming from it.
What else did we find? So there was this first examination by the doctors after he was taken to the hospital, which said that he was suffering probably from trauma. It said trauma ?
The report cataloged Mohammed's injuries in detail. He had cuts on his neck, wrists, knees, and even his ankles. His eye was swollen and his nose was bleeding.
And the report said his situation was fatal, the injuries were fatal, so he was in a serious condition.
They treated him for days and then he died, apparently of cardiac arrest. The records confirmed a lot of what Ali Kamal told us, though there were some discrepancies. Ali Kamal said the apartment was in disarray, but the police reported it didn't look unusually messy. The records also showed that the police collected a knife. Ali Kamal said he only saw razor blades. And it wasn't a small knife either.
Actually, it says that the knife is like about 25 centimeters.
So almost 10 inches. Maybe it's a kitchen knife? The report doesn't specify. The case file shows the police investigation continued to a certain point.
The police took his cell phone, which is like a blue Xiaomi cell phone.
Xiaomi, the Chinese electronics brand.
They took the phone and they sent it to cybersecurity, but there was never any response from cybersecurity as to what was found on the phone.
The same thing happened with a memory card they found in Mohammed's apartment. Then there's the suicide note. A copy of the original is in Mohammed's case file. Ali Kamal had only snapped a photo of the back. Now we could see the front. It was addressed to the Turkish government and written in Farsi, which uses the Arabic alphabet. It reads, "Burn my corpse after I die." Police took fingerprints from the note, but the case file didn't say if they identified whose prints they were.
Some of the evidence was sent to the lab, criminal lab, to be examined, including the letter. But because they don't have a specialist in Arabic who can...
the Arabic alphabet. Yeah.
Arabic alphabet, they couldn't determine whether the handwriting is original and belongs to Muhammad.
This means a critical piece of evidence went unanalyzed. The police couldn't verify who wrote the letter, so we decided we would.
I'm Nafisa Haji. Lethal Dissent is reported by Fariba Nawa, reporting in Turkey by Beril Eski. The series is produced by Chris Harlan Dunaway. Our editor is Ibi Caputo. Additional research by Umar Farouk, fact-checking by Beril Eski and John Klepotowski. Özge Sebzeci is our photographer and multimedia producer. Artwork for the podcast is by Hatice Garib. Musical score and sound design by Uzair Ahmed. Legal review by Eric Brass. This story wouldn't be possible without support from the Pulitzer Center and Radio Zamaneh. Thank you to our partners, The Verge and PRX. Special thanks to executive producer for The World, Dan Lothian, and managing editor for The World, Tinku Ray, our friend ER, Shahnam Gulshani, Adnan Devrim, Hamish Brown, Kate Ellis, Stephen Smith, Levi Bridges, Banu Azizian, Adisha Azizian, Yithan Ujair, Rishad and Alan at Splice Media, and to the Iranians who helped us whose full names we can't use for security reasons. Thank you, HM, AM, and MB. Mohammad Shabani's death was even more mysterious than we thought. Was it suicide? By 3 different methods? And what about the note? Did he actually write it? I'm Nafisa Haji. Tune in next week as Fariba Nawa's investigation leads to Yalova, a small town outside of Istanbul where a community of Iranian dissidents live, and a kidnapping plot unfolded, landing the kidnappers and their associates as defendants in an espionage trial. Courtroom drama up next in Lethal Dissent, Iran's Hunt for its Citizens Abroad, Episode 5, Operatives.